How would you handle a mom that just won't leave you alone? She offers to take the kids to soccer practice, babysit for date night, bring over dinner, just any way that she can be involved in your life. She's there for it. And you're grateful, however, you're starting to feel suffocated. I can relate to this so much. And so I'm going to tell you what I think your mom needs, what will be very helpful for you. And I'll tell you a story about my own life and how it worked out. So what I think your mom needs is some redirection, not a boundary. I don't think your mom needs to be excluded from your life. I think what she's attempting to receive is validation that she still matters. When I got this question, I could just imagine your mom in her prime, being a mom. I bet you she was very attentive, attended all your practices, soccer meets, dance recitals, was always there to help you with homework, a shoulder to cry on when you had friend drama. She was a very good, there for you mom. And now that you're in this new phase in life and you have a family of your own, you have a career, a spouse to that marriage to nurture, you're a mom, she doesn't really know where she fits in. And if, as a parent, we really invest ourselves in being a parent, that can sometimes make us feel lost when we're in this transition phase now. Like, where do we fit? What I would do is I would sporadically message my mom and let her know in your own way that regardless if she's doing anything for you, you appreciate that she's your mom. You appreciate knowing that if you needed something like that, she would drop everything and she would be there for you. How comforting. And just thank her for being your mom. So in your own words, just sprinkle some text out into her universe, validating, reassuring, reminding her that she matters. Next, I would look around in your community, because I'm sure she is close by, so she shares your community, and I would find things that she's passionate about. Like maybe she really loves rescue dogs. See if the local shelter needs a volunteer. Maybe she loves kids and she just always wanted to be around kids. Maybe she was going to be a teacher. See if the local school needs a preschool reader or some preschool volunteers. They always need extra hands cutting up stuff. See if the local assisted living center, if they need any help. I know they're always looking for people to help in the crafting center and activities. Directors, contact them and see if there is a place where your mom can plug in, where she can consistently show up somewhere and feel needed, feel like she has a purpose, and be reminded, yeah, I still matter in this world. That's what I would do. I wouldn't set a boundary up with your mom. I would remind her how amazing she is, regardless if she's doing anything for your family, just so that she remembers, okay, I still matter. And then I would help redirect her so that you're not her sole source of purpose. Plug her in other places and watch her blossom. So this is my story. I had a very needy mom. She would say she's very independent, and I would say she trusted me enough to show me her neediness. And I entertained it, had grace with it, and was patient with it for a very long time because I knew the reason why she needed me for a period of time. And then I did the exact same thing that I am suggesting this person does with her mom. So the story of my mom is, and the reason why I was so understanding and compassionate is she grew up with a family that kind of made her feel like a burden. My grandpa had a really hot temper, so she was the peacekeeper. And then she married my dad. My dad grew up with a mom that was extremely volatile, very, very mean and cold towards him. So when he found my mom, who's so loving and tender, he couldn't get enough of her and he didn't want to share her. So he was super obsessive and possessive of her time, which left very little space or room for her to have friendships or have any outside activities beyond my dad. And because she was the peacekeeper before and she just hates conflict, she chose to be my dad's everything. And they made it work. It wasn't, healthy because they didn't have outside relationships, but they had the best time together. And then my dad died. He got cancer and he unfortunately lost his life super early. And so my mom then floundering, not knowing what to do, she was really close with me. They both were. We were all three really close. She then had already relied on me for a friendship because I was within that circle and it didn't require her to go outside of my dad. But then now whatever she was getting from my dad, that also came on to me. Now it wasn't fair that she grew up with a outrageously tempered, like out of control tempered dad, and then she felt like she had to be the peacekeeper. It wasn't fair that my dad grew up with a cold mom, and it wasn't fair that my dad demanded so much of my mom, and it wasn't fair that my mom then directed all of her needs onto me. And I honestly just felt like life isn't fair all the time, and because I understood why all these pieces were coming together and why it was the way it was, I had a ton of patience for her and love for her and empathy for her. And so I took that huge amount, that huge wave that felt like it was just going to swallow me up of all of her needs, and I just took it until I helped her get enough confidence to plug in elsewhere, to just develop more friendships, to travel, to plug into places where she could volunteer. And it got to be so amazing that now I'll call my mom and she'll be like, "Oh, Jessica Marie, I can't talk right now. I just got done with this and I'm changing quick and now I'm out the door for this activity, or I'm out to go and help this person with this." She's so plugged in and has her whole life and feels self-sustaining, and she's got friendships and she's just living her best life. And I just want you to, I wanted to share that with you because I'm talking to you from a place of knowing what it's like to have to hold a lot coming from one person. No, it's not fair, but sometimes just understanding their intention and having some grace and helping them along, it's super rewarding. Until we meet again, make sure you mind your boundaries.